Ladies and gentlemen, this is Urix and this is True Facts Macaques, right? I don't know. Yeah, this was this channel's a Frank1. Yeah, he's gonna talk about some monkeys now. So I can already imagine some jokes here and there. But yeah, we'll see. True Facts, zefrank1, is a great channel, right? True Facts series from him. I don't know why he just says True Facts. All of his videos are True Facts, right? He just says macaques and that's the video. But yeah, it's not really educational, even though it kind of is, because everything you talk about is like fact kind of. But it's like your Wikipedia page fact. But he always makes fun of those things. It's always awesome. So, it's kind of educational but damn funny. I never thought I'll laugh over some butt jokes and things like that. But the way he says it and then the timing he has is just perfect. Remember, if you like my next one, don't forget to subscribe, check out the Rick Sunday, there's a link in the description, check out the Castle Place, check out the end cards, and yeah, let's go with this one.
Today, we will explore the culture of the Macaque. Jerry, how do you say this one? You think it's macaque? No, it's too long to be macaque. Maybe macaque? Oh, macaque.
I need a second to process that. It's too long to be macaque. Okay.
All right. Koshima Island in the south of Japan is home to a number of Japanese macaques. These macaques have been provisioned for nearly 75 years. This means that researchers bring them sweet potatoes and then research them, which is cool. Think of it as an all-inclusive nudist resort. Except I guess only sweet potatoes are included. And strangers are watching you and taking notes. It's creepy, actually. But it's better than sitting up in a tree in the middle of a snowstorm. So not a bad gig for a snow monkey. Oh gosh, I forgot to tell you. They're also called snow monkeys. Sorry, I swear, look up a picture of a dictionary inside of a moron and you'll find me. Let me explain. Japanese macaques also live in the mountains in the north of Japan, where it snows quite a bit. No other non-human primate lives in colder places, and the human primates that do are constantly bitching about it. Except for the Canadians, they keep it all locked up inside. But these macaques...
That's how the Canadians do. Macaques like, man, we didn't have any option. We don't know how to build boats, otherwise we would have been fucked out of here a long time ago.
are good at the winter thing. As the temperature gets colder, their fur gets thicker. Except on their butt. They don't have fur on their butt. I feel like that's a miss. But it looks like fun, doesn't it? Playing in the snow and what is that? Eating bark? Alright, I'll be honest with you. It looks like a crappy time to me. Out there freezing your nitzels off and eating bark. However, listen to this. In the 1960s, some young Japanese macaques, hippies, were spotted using an outdoor hot spring at a resort. Resorts full. Dad joke. And once those young macaques dipped their freezing buttsicles into that warm water, they got used to it. And pretty soon all their macaque friends were showing up. And you know what happened next? The peoples built those macaques their own hot spring park. When does that ever happen? You try it. Get a group of friends and hang out naked in your neighbor's hot tub. You won't get a free hot tub out of it, I'll tell you that. But that's...
So there was a hot tub somewhere in some resort that just some monkey, some macaque just went there. Oh, look at that, that's sweet. Look at that, it's hot water and everything. Just ran back to his friends. Man, you don't know the sweet place that is. Come on, everybody. Everybody just stormed there. And everybody's thinking, oh, look at those people, aren't they so great? They build a great park, resort for this, hot tub resort for these monkeys. No, because they were pestering them. And all the customers were running away, so they had to.
That's what happened, and now they've got a good sitch. They got their own hot spring, and people pay money to take pictures of them taking a bath. Alright, it's a little weird. Now you see that? I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't drink from it. Hot tub water, it's like a used soup. Who knows what everyone's doing in there? Like, look at these three. The one in the middle's totally peeing. He's trying to be low-key about it. And the one on the right keeps looking over. He's onto him. And then 3, 2, 1. There, the one on the left felt it. Hot tub got hotter. Meanwhile, this one's warming up his noodle on the hot water pipe. And then she comes along and says, I'll take it al dente. She's clever like that. And they get right into it, and they're both balancing on the pipe, and that's not a euphemism. And it doesn't last that long, maybe because it's cold out there and they both want the pipe. Again, not a euphemism. But she sits upright, probably because it feels good on the swelling. Oh geez, I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you about the swelling. I'll explain after a brief message about our sponsor. This is not your ordinary monkey in a bathtub. This one's pissed off, or yawning, I can't tell. This is Hitmonkey, a new highly accessorized character in Marvel Contest of Champions. A free-to-play fighting game that you can play in your bathtub. Hitmonkey joins a gigantic cast of animal-based characters, all of which seem to have a bit of a chip on their shoulder. But how many of them have a foot gun? Hitmonkey does, along with a very well-fitted suit, I might add. You can play as this little raccoon fellow with his orange pantsuit who prefers weapons that are disproportionately large. Then there's like this duck that's not a duck, it's like a tongue lure thing, which is frankly terrifying, but also kind of amazing. But the important thing is that Hitmonkey and Tigra are new this month in the contest. You can play as them and over 170 other Marvel characters right from your mobile device. Download Marvel Contest of Champions from the App Store or Google Play. Even has a monogrammed tie clip. Very stylish. You'd call him Hitmonkey. Or not. Where were we? Oh right, swelling. Let me explain. See the one on the left wearing the kind of creepy hockey mask? Right, well actually that's a backwards monkey and that's its butt. And it's a great butt to have if you like sitting in trees. It's got these hardened pads on it called ischial callosities. Might be a little easier to see on a crested macaque. It's sort of like when you get a hemorrhoid, the doctor gives you this kind of butt donut pillow. It's like that, except the pillow in this case is made out of the hemorrhoid, but not really, but like a comfortable hemorrhoid. Anyway, if you play the footage backwards...
I don't know why I expected him to specifically talk about Monkey's butt before I even started this video. I knew he would take his time. He was separate, like, let's talk about Monkey's butt, and he'll start like that. And he did. I'm not disappointed, am I?
It looks like a really weird runway show. Now, around the time a female macaque is fertile, the skin of her genitals and perineum, the science word for taint, swells as a sort of sexual signal. The degree of the swelling depends on the female and the species. We'll take a test. See if you can spot someone that's ready to mate. All right? Do you need more time? It's tricky, right? Because that could be a nose. Anywho, that's what I meant by swelling in the pipe-laying footage. That one was a euphemism. Back to the macaques in the hot spring. I know what you're thinking. That looks pretty chill, but it's not really that chill. I mean, it's not chill, but it's not chill. These are fairly strict societies. Each of these macaques has a rank within the troop. It's sort of like in middle school when you went to your friend's house and you found a list he made of his friends in order and you're not even in the top 5, which is bullshit because you lent him your bike. Anyway, it's like Game of Thrones, but with less nudity. And if someone gets caught drinking monkey soup where they shouldn't be, things get ugly. But violence is dangerous. Jerry, you have to proofread this. Even a small injury can lead to death because they haven't invented doctors yet. Sorry, look at this one backwards. Instead of fighting all the time, they have a number of ways of reinforcing the social order, like the grooming each other thing. I mean, it's really just non-stop, but it's a good way to check in and de-stress. And they'll back right up into it too, because nothing says I trust you more than putting your junk 2 inches away from someone's giant teeth. Macaques are also very good at communicating with their faces. Jerry, when you watch one like this pigtail macaque, it can look like...
They're very well with community with feces. That's just fucked up.
When someone gets a little too into a TV show and starts acting out the characters with their face. Marriage? But Papa would never allow it. Elope? But what about the zombies? These expressions can help reinforce rank. For example, a submissive macaque might grimace, which looks like a smile, but it's like that weird smile you get when somebody's being a d to you, and later on you're like, why was I smiling? Then there's lip smacking, which is like when you get nervous and start talking really quickly, except in this case there's no words. That, by the way, was lazy dominance. Not even showing up to work. However, in some species, these same gestures can be a sign of friendship and affiliation. I mean, that looks nice right there. We should all be doing a bit more of that. Better than arguing on Facebook anyway. But don't think that this is a society held together by some alpha male grabbing noses. There is an alpha male, but the power is very much centered on matrilines, lineages of mothers and daughters that form alliances and will stay in the troop their whole lives. Young males, on the other hand, are more or less kicked out around puberty, which I'm sure is awkward. Charlie, do you remember how I told you your father went out for cigarettes and never came back? Yeah. Well, I'd like you to get some cigarettes now. So anyway, what might appear to be a bunch of monkeys...
That puts things into perspective, doesn't it, though? Yeah, you remember how your father went to take cigarettes? Yeah, go take cigarette yourself. Get out of here.
Being in a pool getting all handsy with each other is actually a very nuanced little society. They managed to get their own hot tub. What else are they working on? Macaques are smart. Long-tail macaques figured out how to use stone tools to crack open shellfish, and then they applied those techniques to a new food, oil palm nuts. And what's more, it seems that some troops have their own preferences for types of stones. So what about Japanese macaques? What sorts of things are they learning and passing down? For that, let's go back to the snow monkeys that live on the beach. The ones that probably just ordered 2 sweet potatoes at some point, but Instacart delivered 2 duffel bags worth instead. You know it's happened to you. So in the 1950s, a 1.5-year-old dead macaque was Jerry, is this right? It was dead? Oh, I see. It has since died. You can see how that's confusing. In the 1950s, a not dead yet, can we just leave the dead part out? A 1.5-year-old
Yeah, it's a zombie macaque.
macaque was observed washing a sweet potato in a freshwater stream. And this was a brand new behavior. They named this macaque Imo, which means potato. And that's why you have to be careful about what you get caught washing, by the way. Might be your nickname. That's
Alright. I know why he said dead to put more grimness into it, and it worked. I don't know why I'm watching this, this is playing in my head. The monkey's dead. The monkey's dead right now. The monkey's dead.
That's what Josh Balls and the Sixth Spectre always told me. This new behavior spread, first laterally to Emo's siblings and playmates. The kids always start the cool trends. Then it was passed up to the mothers. As it spread, the behavior changed and they started taking the sweet potatoes to the salt water of the sea. The washing continued there, but some started to dip between bites. They were using salt as a seasoning for their potato, 2/3 of the way to a French fry. Get these guys a deep fryer. I'm sure a few might fall in, but that's how I learned to swim. Now, in the first generation of potato washers, this behavior spread from the youngsters to the adults. In the next generation, however, the bebes learned from their mothers. Watching is...
Hey, brother, what you doing there? I am just dipping this, the sweet potato into the water. It tastes great. No shit, everybody's doing it.
They were carried along down to the water's edge. But Emo was not done innovating yet. She's like a little genius monkey. In addition to the sweet potatoes, grains of wheat were scattered around the beach. Emo figured out that instead of picking up the grains one by one, which is a huge pain in the butt, she could scoop up a bunch of sand that had grains in it and bring that over to the water. Toss that in and the wheat grains separate out. Kudos to her, I wouldn't have figured that out. I'd still be back yelling at whoever scattered the grains in the first place. I mean,
Oh god. That is so true, right? Everybody else, civilized people, oh, who does this shit? Man, it's all over the, it's all over the set. How am I supposed to take it out now? Man, it's all ruined. This will take me hours. And monkeys just take that and put it into the water and like, oh, there you go, it's done.
does that. It's like saying you're going to bring Pringles to a party and then crumbing them all up and shoving them in your pants. Sure, technically you brought them, but nobody wants to eat them that way. Anyway, Imo died many years ago, which is sad. Who knows what else she might have come up with. But her innovations gave us a peek at how macaques learn new things, and how those learnings become traditions that are passed down through the generations, perhaps the building blocks of culture. So it's macaque, alright. But the genus name is what? Macaca. We'll throw macaca up on the screen. Okay, macaca, I see it. Jerry, don't do that. Leave macaca where it was. Don't play with it. Remarkably, Raspberry here has learned how to use a stick to... Oh, no, she's just being a to Pepper. We can't use that.
She's just learned to stick... Oh, no, she's just hitting the other one. Man, if we don't make 2 or more cock jokes, it's not as a zefrank1 channel, right? In the end, he had to talk about macaque even more. Stop playing with macaque. Alright people, that was True Facts. Macaques or whatever, how this spells. Macaque, why not? What the fuck? If you like my reaction, don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out the Rick Sunday, there's a link in the description. Check out the castle, please check out the ink cards, and I'll see you next time.